Hello everyone, welcome to Learn German Online with Schneider Institute. My name is Christian. Today we're going to be talking about verb with prepositions. Verben mit Präpositionen. Now, verb with prepositions is a quite simple topic, I would say. You just have to know the preposition that goes with a certain verb. Of course, there's no rule to determine the preposition that goes with a particular verb, which simply means you have to memorize each verb you come across with the preposition that goes along with such verb. Okay, so today we're going to look at this verb with prepositions in German, how they work in German, the structure of the sentence, and so on. All right, let's dive into this. Now here we have Beispiel, which is example. Ich warte für dich. Now, ich warte für dich. Is that sentence really correct? Because it simply says, I am waiting for you. Ich warte für dich. But one thing you have to know is, warten goes with the preposition auf. And because of this, I can't say ich warte für dich. Rather, I would be saying ich warte auf dich. So you see that now? It literally translates for literally translates to für in German. But I can't say für because the preposition that is fixed to this particular verb warten, which is the verb to wait, is auf. As such, I can only say ich warte auf dich. So you see, here we have the preposition and here we have the pronoun, which is in the accusative form. Of course, after now, we're going to talk about the accusative preposition and the dative preposition. So let's look at the next slide we have here. So over here, I have a list of some prepositions in German that are fixed to certain verbs in German. And here we have an, we have auf, obviously accusative here. This AKK simply represents the accusative case. And then the DAT here simply represents the dative case. So here we have an, auf, für, in, mit, nach, über, von, für, to. Okay, so these here are the accusative and dative prepositions. And these prepositions work with certain verbs in German to give a certain meaning in a German sentence. Obviously, when you're translating them, most times you don't really translate them literally. Yeah? Okay, so let's look at the next statement we have here. We have the verb denken an. Now, denken an simply means to think about. Yeah? And we have a sentence that says, Ich denke an dich. Ich denke an dich. This simply means I'm thinking about you. Now, you have the an here to be the accusative preposition. Dich, as we have here, is the accusative pronoun for do. So, Ich denke an dich. Usually, when you have the direct object in this case, because you have an accusative preposition, it comes after the preposition in the sentence. Now, the next one we have here simply says, Glauben an. Glauben an simply means to believe in. Glauben an, to believe in. So we have, wir glauben an Gott. Wir glauben an Gott. This simply means we believe in God. So, glauben an. So you see here we have Gott. Glauben, the verb to believe, and this an also goes with the verb glauben. As such, which translates to we believe in God. Now the next one we have says freuen auf. Freuen auf. Now this verb you're seeing here is a reflexive verb, which is usually written sich freuen auf. I believe you should be familiar with that already. Sich freuen auf. Here I just chose to write freuen auf. Now in my statement here, I have Ich freue mich auf deine Party. Ich freue mich auf deine Party. This simply means I am looking forward to your party. Now, if you notice closely, you see the reflexive pronoun here, which is the reflexive form of the subject of the sentence. Of course, when we talked about reflexive pronoun earlier on, we've talked about this already. So, Ich freue mich auf deine Party. This simply means I am looking forward to your party. Now, let's look at the next slide we have here. Here we have beten für, which means to pray for. Beten für, which means to pray for. And the statement says, Der Mann bettet für den Chef. Of course, we have the accusative form of the masculine noun, which is der, and in this case we have den. Obviously, the reason why we have this is because of the accusative preposition. So, der Mann bettet für den Chef, which simply means the man is praying for the boss. Okay? The next one we have here says, danken für, to thank for. Now, one thing you have to know is that danken is a dative verb. Danken is a dative verb. So here we have, ich danke dir für das Geschenk. Let's try to understand or see the cases we have in this sentence. Ich here is the nominative, which is the subject of the sentence. Danken, as we all know here, is a dative verb, as I said earlier on. Dir is the dative pronoun, and the reason for this is because of the dative verb we have here. We have für, and für is the accusative preposition that goes with this verb, danken. And then we have das Geschenk. So we have the nominative, we have the dative, and we have the accusative. Ich danke dir für das Geschenk, which simply means I'm thanking you for the gift, or I thank you for the gift. Okay, so the next one we have here says, einladen zu. Einladen zu. This simply means to do what? To invite to. To invite to. So if I'm inviting someone to a party, I can simply say, ich lade dich zu meiner Party. And here I have, die Pilotin hat mich zu dem Konzert eingeladen. Pilotin obviously is the feminine noun for pilot. Pilot, the masculine is pilot, while the feminine is pilotin. So die Pilotin hat mich zu dem Konzert eingeladen. If you notice closely here, we have the verb eingeladen at the end. Usually it's conjugated in the second position from the previous sentence we've been looking at. But here, the sentence we have here is in the past. As such, we have the das perfect case here, which goes with the verb haben. That is why the verb is conjugated here in the second position to agree with the subject. And then we have mich. Obviously, the pilot is inviting me. That is the first statement, right? So I, in this case, the pilot inviting me, I am the direct object of the sentence, which is why we have mich, which is ich, mich in the accusative form. Now, zu is the dative preposition that goes with the verb einladen, which is why we have dem Konzert. We know that Konzert is das Konzert. So das changes to dem in the dative form. So die Pilotin hat mich zu dem Konzert eingeladen. I believe you're already familiar with das Perfekt, which is Vergangenheit in German, past tense. Okay, then the next thing we have here is your assignment. Now, I would like you to try out these sentences in German. Try to make these sentences in German. Here we have Angst haben für, which means to be afraid of. Angst haben für. We have gehören zu, which simply means to belong to. We have sprechen über, which simply means to speak about. So I want you to try these sentences in German. Write in the comment section. Write 3 sentences in the comment section with the verbs I listed out here. And the next slide, I just did a little list of some verbs in German, not entirely all of them, but just few verbs in German with the preposition they go with. And here we have suchen nach, we have fragen nach, we have bieten we have beneiden träumen von, sich trennen von, Angst haben für, raten für, gehören zu und gratulieren zu. Now your second assignment is going to be look up the meaning of this verb. And of course you can also try to make sentences as well. So you can also write more sentences in the comment section with the verbs I listed out here. Don't forget, we have the dative prepositions and we also have the accusative prepositions. Recall, I told you, we have the accusative prepositions and we also have the dative prepositions. When you have the accusative preposition, then you're obviously dealing with the accusative case after this preposition. If you have the dative case, then you're obviously dealing with the dative case after this preposition. So if it's a possessive pronoun, mine, for instance, and a masculine noun, in the dative case, you're dealing with what? My name. If it's a feminine noun, possessive pronoun, in the dative case, you're dealing with what? Minor. So I believe you're familiar with this table as well. So don't forget to write 3 sentences in the comment section with the verbs I already listed out earlier on for your assignment. And you should also go and look up the meaning of this verb. By so doing, I believe you should be able to try out a couple of sentences with them as well. Okay, so don't forget, if you have any other question, you can simply write in the comment section and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. Follow us on Instagram at Schneider Institute for more updates. Vielen Dank und auf Wiederschauen.